Start the car. I'm Jacquie with 360 Alberta. And if you are a lover of fresh vegetables, who isn't, then you need to be heading on out to Pitchfork Gardens in Lamont County.
Pitchfork Gardens is a you-pick, and here you get to pick your own vegetables. So we grow all sorts, all the regular garden varieties. But the nice thing is, because of our space, we can offer varieties that you typically wouldn't grow at home. I grew up on a farm until parents sold the farm and we moved to Fort, just outside of Fort Saskatchewan, and I grew up with a large garden. And then when I bought my own house in the city, I started to have my own little garden space, and I really enjoyed it. So we decided a while ago to, 3 years ago now, to move out of the city, and we ended up buying this property. When I took a look at the property, I wanted to know what I could do with the space, and looking around, I'm like, this would make a nice large garden. So when I started to think about it, I started investigating market gardening and figured this would be something nice to do. Not only now, as I'm not young, but also not old. So I wanted to get into work now, so that way when I'm older, I could also do this in my retirement. The connection with the food bank was always part of the business plan. When you grow this amount of vegetables, you can't have everything, mature all at once, and you always end up with a glut. And the home gardener, appreciates this as well, because the same thing happens to them. So what we decided from the very beginning was to donate part of the harvest to the local food bank to make sure that they had nice, vegetables fresh off the vine, in the case of tomatoes or cucumbers, or, all, fresh out of the ground for carrots or potatoes. So what they do is the local food bank in Lamont County here lets us know the amount of hampers, lets us know the makeup of those hampers as far as how many adults and children, if they love vegetables or if they just kind of sort of like them. And then what we'll do is we'll pick whatever's available at the time and give them the appropriate amount, so that way they can use it up, because next week they'll be getting some more. So at the end of the season, it always seems that we have an extra glut, especially when it comes like tomatoes and cucumbers and squash. So what we do is at the end of the year, we do what's called a Beat the Frost sale. Every year we do something a little bit different as far as the promotion. Like, for example, last year we had a bag sale where you bought a bag, whatever you can stuff in there, you got to take home. And portions of the proceeds of the sale of those bags went to the local food bank. So one of the things that we find here at Pitchfork Gardens is we run into people that know what a tomato is, but not realizing that there's 5,000 different ones. Same thing when it comes to cucumbers, there's vast amounts of different ones. Now the home gardener has to make a choice with a limited amount of space as far as what they're going to grow. And certain items like cucumbers take up a lot of space. There are some smaller varieties, but you don't get to try everything that you would like to try. So what we try to do is we try to pick those odd vegetables that you typically would not try because of your limited space at home. So this year, as an example for trials, we're doing baked potato squash and mashed potato squash, which when you cook them like a spaghetti squash, you get spaghetti. These ones have the consistency of baked potato, mashed potato. And then we also try other varieties, and as an example, like some of the heirlooms that, heirloom vegetable I really enjoy because they're lumpy, they're bumpy, they don't look very consistent, but that's what makes them so special and what makes them taste so good. So Pitchfork Gardens, we open as the season dictates. So every year is going to be a little bit different. So depending on how much rain or sun or the temperature, normally we're going to be open right around Canada Day long weekend, sometimes a couple weeks before. And in the case of this year, we were open the weekend after.
Fresh food, community support. Hey, just outside the gates of Elk Island Park, so you've got some recreation opportunity. Why not get into your car and head on out to Pitchfork Gardens? I'm Jacquie with 360 Alberta.